now you have a key. Dang. Finally, the one device LockPickingLawyer has never used to open a lock. The key! It's finally time. After a super successful petition, the Lucy plushie is real. And she's ready for you to adopt. Starting December 5th for 21 days only, you can get your very own Lucy plushie over on Makeshift. She is soft, she's chaotic, she's adorable, and she's only available for a limited time. Once the campaign ends, she's gone forever. So don't miss your chance. Head to makeshift.com to grab yours and bring Lucy home. Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress and today we'll be watching some more LockPickingLawyer. Before we start the video, I would like to let y'all know that I do have a gaming channel, so if you're interested to see me play games, please go and check out Cypress Play.
This is the LockPickingLawyer, and I recently received a package from Ted Tooling, a company in Nevada, which sells this $400 hidden shackle padlock. This is the key to it. And it's billed as Unbreakable, Unpickable, and even Bulletproof. Those are all pretty bold claims, but this is also a really unusual lock.
Wait, I'm confused. Do you have to open this?
The claims regarding physical toughness, while nothing is truly unbreakable, I'm convinced it would take an act of extraordinary violence to break. It's almost certainly tougher than whatever you are locking. As for the pick-proof claim, it's not something easy to discuss without showing you how it works. The first step of opening this is to remove this plunger, and that's done with a magnet on the back of the key.
Duh, of course it's a magnet. Come on now, Sai, how could you not think of that? Come on now,
It's just
girl.
friction held in place with these two O-rings.
Oh.
We can then see an unusual looking bolt in the bottom of that hole. That is locked onto by the other side of the key.
That's really interesting.
There we go. That is now locked on. And what we do is we turn it clockwise to open. That's the opposite of the direction you would normally turn a bolt.
Okay.
Once we do that, the shroud will come off. That reveals the shackle carrier, and we can just pull the shackle out. So essentially all that holds this shut is a really unusual bolt that requires an equally unusual wrench. My first thought was to use a bolt extractor, which will easily grab onto the round bolt head. But this doesn't work on left-hand threaded bolts, only right-hand. In fact, I'm not even sure these are made for left-handed bolts. I would probably make one if I encountered these locks with any frequency, and I suspect it would be very effective. But in my attempt to avoid the work, I came up with a less elegant solution, but one that still seems to work. I'm going to grab the bolt head with these long duckbill pliers after first lining the jaws with a piece of sandpaper. I'm then going to turn those pliers with another set of pliers. Like I said, not very elegant, but it does work. So let's put all this back together and we'll give that a try. Okay, we need to tighten that down pretty well to make sure this is a fair test. And put the plunger back in. Okay, first step is to remove the plunger. I'm just going to do that with
a magnet.
A regular old magnet.
Bro, I'm learning so much from him. Thank you.
Then going to put a piece of sandpaper in such that it will be between the pliers and the bolt.
Oh.
Then grab onto the bolt. And grab onto the pliers with another pair of pliers, and hopefully this will work.
Wait.
Okay, we got it loose and I can just turn it out.
Just like that? Wait, that can't be that easy.
It's loose enough, we don't need that sandpaper anymore.
It can't be that easy. What?
Okay, folks. I think the takeaway here is that if someone is prepared to encounter one of these locks and tools up appropriately, they are probably going to get in.
But I think I even have all of this stuff except for the fucking magnets.
There are lots of methods, anything from bolt extractors to even impressioning this bolt with a 5-minute epoxy.
That is too easy.
However, if I wasn't expecting this lock, didn't know what was inside, and wasn't specific.
Yeah, okay, true. He had the opportunity to actually expect one of these before having to go and pick it.
Prepared for it, I probably wouldn't get in.
True, but now we're all gonna get in when we see it. Thank you for showing us so we are prepared for if we ever encounter a lock like this, man. You're so nice.
That's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this,
feels so illegal to watch
like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe.
God.
And as always, have a nice day.
You too. At this point, we can just send LockPickLawyer a solid block of aluminum and expect them to somehow pick it in under a minute. In my attempts to avoid the work, I came up with a less elegant solution, words of wisdom. In their defense, they don't say unpliable. And I'll just grab these pliers with another set of pliers. Quality assurance team, this was a power we'd never seen before.
This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is an IdentiLock fingerprint trigger lock.
Wait, what? Why is there a gun? I'm so confused.
This particular one is designed for 1911 style handguns, though the company makes them for a variety of popular handguns.
Wait, hold on. Why do we need to learn? I don't think we need to know. I don't think we should know.
Sells them on their website for $199.
Okay.
So, why would someone spend that much money on a trigger lock when others can be bought for less than $10? It's actually an easy question to answer.
Because it's a good lock?
Lock is fast, very fast. In fact, it's probably the fastest and easiest gun lock that I have ever tested.
It's fast?
Really as fast as nothing at all. Let me show you how it works. You simply hold the gun as you would normally hold it, and your finger naturally falls right above the fingerprint sensor. If you slide your finger down and press on the sensor, this clamshell pops open and the lock falls away.
Okay, yeah, that's fast. Okay, yeah, that's fast.
Let's do that one more time.
Yeah, that's fast. I mean, I don't know how fast they're supposed to be. I don't know, but it is fast.
You can see it's very quick to access the gun, and in practical terms, that means we can forgive some shortcomings, because for many people, the speed and ease with which a defensive weapon can be accessed is everything. In fact, it's the reason that some people don't use any lock at all. So, if it is a decision between this and nothing, using this is an obvious improvement. So what are the shortcomings? First, it's very awkward for left-handed users. Awkward enough that it would be a deal breaker, for me at least, if I was a lefty. If we look at the other side, you can see there is no fingerprint reader over here.
And you only have a left-handed one?
Fingerprint reader is not within the reach of any of my left-handed fingers. I suppose I could use my right hand to open that up, but it defeats a lot of the ergonomics of the design. Second, I did a fair bit of testing, and the fingerprint reader is unreliable with wet fingers, particularly if you just got out of the shower, at which point it is practically unusable. So let me wet my finger down and show you. You can see that's not working at all. Let's wipe some of that off.
Yeah, I guess it could be a problem.
You can see how frustrating this would be if you really needed to access the gun. Once it's dry, of course, it works fine. So for this reason, I would really like to see a keypad backup. So you don't need to search for the backup keys if for some reason you can't use your fingerprint.
True. What if you cannot use the fingerprint and you cannot find the key, but you need this thing really quickly, like right now?
This is made out of what seems to be glass reinforced nylon, which is a very strong material, at least as far as plastics go. However, its rigidity is not great. That means when you twist it a little bit, you can see it's not too hard to access that trigger. So you can imagine a child prying on this with something thin. They may be able to push that trigger and discharge the firearm. Personally, I'd be willing to pay more if this was made out of something more rigid, perhaps billet aluminum. Finally, we have the keyed backup. To access it, you actually have to pop this cover off, And if I were actually using this, I would leave this cover off all the time because it's not particularly easy to get off.
True.
The company suggests using the tip of the key, but I haven't had a lot of luck with that. You can see you insert the key, and of course it works perfectly. This appears to be an 8-pin dimple lock with 4 pins on each side opposing each other. It looks intimidating, but is it enough to stop a curious adolescent, which is my litmus test for most trigger locks? Another way to put that is, can I open it with a low skill attack? Now, a lot of these cheaper Chinese dimple locks can be opened quickly with low skill raking attacks. So that's what we're going to try. I'm going to put some tension in here, and here is a ridged piece of metal. We're going to use this as a dimple rake. Okay, you can see that was pretty darn fast. The question remains, is it a deal breaker? Well, if you're one of those people who thinks that all locks are too slow and your choice is between this and nothing, then clearly this is the way to go. However, despite the promising design and technology, I think there's a fair bit of room for improvement here. In any case, that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it,
I blinked and he was done!
And as always, have a nice day.
How was that so fast? This is why I always shower holding one hand outside the shower so it never gets wet. I haven't washed my trigger finger in 5 years. Pro tip, throw the lock at the intruder before firing the extra damage. Intruder enters my bathroom. Me, wait, hold on a second. Me starts wrecking the hell out of the lock as fast as I can. Man, you're the reason I have trust issues. I can't lock my bike up anywhere without the paranoia that some lockpicking god out there is gonna steal it. Imagine kidnapping him and hearing, hey guys, this is the lockpicking lawyer, and today we'll be testing out my kidnapper's tying and locking abilities.
This is the lockpicking lawyer, and the Kwikset SmartKey system is rapidly becoming one of the most popular home locks in the US. I have picked all versions of it in past videos, but even so, they are far more pick resistant than anything Kwikset has produced in the past. Because of that, people are thinking outside the box and have come up with some really creative ways of non-destructively opening these. Among them, this tool is probably my favorite. It's made by LockTech, and it's a small Wi-Fi camera set up in such a way that you can take pictures of the sliders inside the lock. Once you see the sliders, this card will help you decipher how deep the cuts on the key should be. So I'm going to get this streaming to my old cell phone, and then we're going to try to find out what the key to this lock looks like. Okay, we have little spacers that help you find the correct depth for each of the sliders. I'm not going to use them. I find it a little bit easier just to slide it in and stop at the correct location. Okay, there's the first slider. That appears to be a 1 cut. I should note that if you want to save these pictures for later, just push the button on the side and the picture is saved to your phone.
What? That is crazy.
The next slider appears to be a 5 cut. The next one is another 1 cut.
Is it?
Now we have what appears to be a 4 cut.
Oh, it's a 4. God damn it!
The last one is a 5 cut.
Ah, I got it!
So, the key cuts for this lock are 15145. What do we do with them?
Yeah, what do we do?
Well, in a pinch, I can get a key blank, a key gauge, and a file, and file down a new key. But I just so happen to have a special machine in my garage that's designed for cutting keys from these numbers. So let's head down there and try it out. Okay, folks, I'm down in my garage with my HPC Blitz machine, which is, in my opinion at least, the gold standard when it comes to key origination. This is the card for cutting Kwikset keys, and I'm going to load a KW1 blank into the jaws. I'll now do my very best to cut a key safely while working around the tripod.
It's very interesting to see. I've seen machines like this before in shops, you know, like those shops where you can like copy your key, but I've never seen it like this close up. Usually it's like somewhere that I can't really see what they're doing. And here you have instructions for how to do it. Now you have a key. Dang.
Okay, folks, as you saw, that worked very nicely, and it's not too hard to understand why this type of attack would be very attractive to locksmiths or even to a law enforcement entry team. They would only need to be exposed in front of the door for a few seconds, then they could come back with a...
I feel like even I can do this.
The capability is, however, a bit pricey. This tool costs north of $300, and the better key cutting solutions start around $1,000. That said, the cost probably is not a serious obstacle to the people this tool is intended for, who probably already have the means to cut the keys. In any case, that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day.
You too!
Thank you.
Finally, the one device lockpicking lawyer has never used to open a lock. The key! This must be the most effort lockpicking lawyer has done to open a lock. I just happen to have a key machine in my garage. Why am I not surprised? He's a lawyer to keep himself out of prison. He's a lockpicker in case he doesn't. Probably the slowest this man has ever opened a lock. Hi! If you liked the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!